It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon right here in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, and I am welcoming you to Hashtag Trending. My name is Ofonono Joseph. How are you doing this beautiful Wednesday afternoon? Yeah, I've answered. I know you're good and perfect. Well, I'm here to make you feel better, even better, because I've got lots of things lined up for you that people are discussing and talking about. Some are for and some are against. What's my job? My duty is to bring it to the fore, to talk about it, and you have the final say. All right, moving on, let's go straight to what is happening today, very fresh in Enugu State, as they have realized that a particular building in Enugu State is a den for kidnappers in Nkanu local government area of Enugu State, and the Enugu State has asked that building be demolished because they actually saved few persons there with some ammunition, some guns, and bullets, cartridges, and they have said no, you have to bring down this particular building. So let's see how the demolition is ongoing. Okay, that's the building in Nkanu local government area of Enugu State, and people are saying that the building didn't do anything. The building is just there, and maybe the owner of the building is not in Nigeria and he got people to live in there. Then they used his building to perpetrate evil. Then they're not supposed to demolish the building or bring the building down. Rather, they should focus on trying to get to the root of the crimes that the perpetrators commit, and not to demolish the building. And some are saying yes, this is the right step in the right direction. So if kidnappers actually kidnap people and they bring the people to this building and harbor them here and make calls to actually ask for ransom, it is a right step in the right direction that they demolish the building. Well, let's see what people are saying on the internet. Akanji Rashid tweets, looks like abandoned house. This kind of building should be the focus of the community people and police. Andrew Tehile says, Nigeria and wasting of resources. Seize that building and make it a police post in that community. Stephen Crown, the sad story of it is that there is probability that the owner of the building may not be home based and may not be aware trespassers are using his facility for evil activities. And Wura says, the building no offend anyone. Get to the root of the matter and apprehend the perpetrators and their. Olaoloa says, this is the best way to start with them all. Okay, what can I say? Some people are for, and while some are against the fact that the Enugu government has asked that the building be demolished. But whatever works for the for Enugu State and the indigents of Enugu, I guess, is what the government of the day just did. That building be demolished. Because if every hideout of kidnappers is used for police station, just maybe we will have police stations all over the community, all over the place. So he asked that the building be demolished. I guess, maybe to them, that is the right thing to do. But we just, are thankful that the kidnappers were caught and the victims were rescued. All right, here, okay, this still has to do with Enugu, because Enugu is an Igbo state, right? An Igbo young lady has come out to say, I'm tired of this patriarchal law as it has to do with Igbo people and in the Igbo land, that women do not have right to properties in their father's house, and even when they're married out and they acquire properties, lands, whatever it is, it's still goes to their husbands, and it is not right. So she has come out to vent on the internet and says no, they have to change this law. They have to do something, that women do not have a right to own properties, and even their fathers want to share properties to them, it goes to the male folk. That it's not right at all, that they're victimizing the women in Igbo land. And some persons have come out to say, well, that could be in your state or in your local government or in your house, because this was what happened some years ago, but they have actually changed the law, the customary laws right now. Let's listen and see what the lady is saying.
Let me now break the depth of what Igbo patriarchy can do to a woman. You see, as I did now, as an Igbo girl, I didn't follow my husband, also all the hustle for this world. Make him everything he is in this world. Dip my life for that man. But if I no born man pick him, everything that I worked for with my husband will be taken from me. Nothing will be left for me. Make una dey follow me, make I explain now. As an Igbo girl that is going to marry an Igbo man, God forbid I will not do it. Everything that I work for is automatically my husband's the moment he marry me. If my husband decide to drag everything where I get with me, call kinsmen, that's umunna. Umunna go outrightly give am everything wey me don't work for to ram. That is why you see me, I know they follow Igbo man, I know they near Igbo man, I don't speak to Igbo men, I do not care the level you are. You see, as I did now, I feel help my papa build everything from bottom to the top. But the moment my father go, everything is assigned to his sons. Then when I gained this knowledge, I started building my own life. My papa they invest for me, say I know they will do anything when it comes to him, because I realize everything where concern my papa they go to him boys. So now me they work for myself, I know they work for him. The day my father even find out that I made my own sister the next of kin, problem they house. That is how bad Igbo patriarchy is. Sister where they bomb me.
I don't know, some persons are really attacking her that it could be there's no love in their family, but we know that this happens a lot, especially when an Igbo man marries a woman and, he dies. A lot is happening, that they'll come drag everything, get everything that the late husband owned, and, the woman ends up not having anything, especially if she didn't have a male child or a child at all. But when I was going through the comments, I realized that, okay, some person said they've changed this law and it is more better right now. Let's look at the internet. Joe says it's not just an Igbo thing. The African tradition doesn't favor women at all. In Benue, married men are allowed to cheat and nothing will happen. But if the wife cheats, her children will start dying and the husband will also die. Then later, the wife will follow. Sad. Cheating is not even good at all. Big Hennessy says she's right. I stay where majority is Igbo and I understand reasons. Igbo women are more into feminism. Igbo culture is not nice to women at all. All that culture cares about is men feelings and ego. Far Away says, I'll never understand why a woman's hard work should automatically belong to her husband. She earned it and she must decide what to do with it. If you can't handle a woman richer than you, leave her alone. As for inheritance, many African traditions still favor men, often in a 2-1. Okay, mathematics is coming in. And Cosmos, finally, Cosmos says, I don't know how your own family is run. In my own family, my auntie inherited not just one property, but 2 houses and a physical store in the will written by my uncle. I'm from Imo State, for your information. All right. I am not an Igbo girl, so I wouldn't really know. So some persons are coming out to say, okay, I'm of the Igbo extraction. This is how it's done, where I come from. And others are saying, yeah, I support what you're saying. But whatever the case is, women too should have a right to own properties, especially the ones they worked for. It should not totally be pushed to their husbands or to their brothers, because the person is a woman. What's the difference? It's just gender. A man and a woman should have equal right, even though they want to, accrue most of the property to the male folk. At least the woman should have some, and not totally scrapping the fact that a woman should have properties. All right, that's not happening in my state. Oh my God, The Nigerian police force are clashing with the Federal Road Safety Corps, and this video has gone viral on the internet. As you know, there was an altercation between the Nigerian police force and members of the Federal Road Safety Corps. They were actually having a conversation, ducked from the video because they were talking, I don't know what they were saying, and all of a sudden a police officer came out from the vehicle. After talking, he went back in, carried his rifle, and fired into the air a gunshot, and the members of the FRSC started laughing. They're like, you can't threaten us because we're not allowed to carry arms. You can't threaten us. And people around started laughing and said they're supposed to, penalize that police officer that actually shot into the air, because it's stray bullets like that that get people hurt most of the times. Let's see the video.
Guy, you don't enter today, you don't finish. Ó fọ́ lójú. Ó dá lóró. Kò pa ẹ́ lẹ́yìn.
Báyìí ti lọ mú kòkòkò wá, á já ẹgbà mọ́ yín lórí. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ bàbá yẹn ẹ̀bẹ̀ wọ́n yẹ.
Kòbókò, ikú pa ẹ́. Nípa, tiẹ̀ ta. Yóò lọ. Talin. Sẹ́yìn Talin. Wọ́n lè máa kú dànù. Now leave me there for no. Go kill na today, now not finish.
So that's the video, and netizens are saying whatever the case was, we know that the FRSC are not allowed to be armed, but you would just have a normal conversation without having to threaten them to show them that yeah, you're allowed to carry arms and you could just shoot. Whereas there was no criminal, your life was not threatened, nothing was at stake, and you just shot to prove a point that he should be penalized, that bullet could actually touch somebody somehow, somewhere. Let's see people's reaction on social media. Bola Oyelesi says he should be arrested and made to face the music, referring to the police officer that shot. Agu says this is why the Nigerian police officers get appreciated abroad, but not here. According to a senior officer, their charity doesn't begin at home. Celebrity Taylor says this officer is wrong. Use of firearms. Right. Maurice Moye, everybody is doing as they like in this country. Even FRSC didn't flinch. Getting hardened. All right, we're taking favor as the last comment on social media. Uniform, no, they recognize uniform for this country. That's what favor is saying. So the uniform man, being the police officer, is supposed to recognize another uniform man, being the FRSC. Okay, yeah, we're working for the federal government or the state government, so we're supposed to have, a heart-to-heart conversation. Whatever it is, it's so true that it is bullets like that that go straight to get somebody somewhere, resting, sleeping, just walking about on the street. Nobody was fighting. I guess they were just having a conversation. There was no need whatsoever for the police officer to have, pulled his rifle and shot into the air, right? So it's good that people have normal conversations, and so far your life is not threatened, don't bring out your ammunition to prove any point. Yeah, VDM has been all over the internet for the longest. Yes, that's the next trend. That's what people are talking about. Very Dark Man, the social media activist and influencer Vincent Martins Osei, has been on people's lips for the longest, dragging people dragging him, having clashes and altercations with people on social media, verbal war and stuff on social media. This time around, he's been traveling, he's been touring around. So he went to China, and the person that called him to come to China is a businessman, a boss, a CEO. His name is Ross Boss. So he invited VDM to come over to China, to make people realize that, okay, he has a relationship with Africans. And when VDM went there, got back, he said the man could be trusted for Nigerians to do business with him, that, he's a good person. And he started revealing that most Nigerians import stuff from China and they add exorbitant prices to it. They add prices to it. At times they fake it. They could buy a particular item and they go for people to change and fake it, especially talking about the iPhone. They said you get an XR and you come back to say it's iPhone 17 because you have somebody that will fake it and change the express cover, package it well, and disguise it to be an iPhone 17. So he revealed so many things, talking about vehicles, that you could buy a particular vehicle, old model, very old model, and they could refurbish it into a new model of any vehicle 2025 and sell it at a very exorbitant price. So when VDM went to China, he revealed so many things, opened Nigerians' eyes, things that we didn't know, and he actually had a verbal combat with a certain B-Lord on social media, and it's been ongoing. So now to the nitty-gritty. Very Dark Man has now said that this Ross Boss that called him to come to China, paid expenses and everything for him, that he cannot be trusted. He said we should not trust Ross Boss, that he's fake, and he also he's a fraudster, that he scams people too, and all of that. And it's just been a lot. Let's watch VDM say all of this himself.
Information around, it is really important. Now I'm pretty sure you people know this guy. His name is China Ross. We have a lot of videos together. As a matter of fact, I recently went to China and then we were both going everywhere together. Now the fact that you see me and this guy together does not guarantee that you should do business with him. That being said, any business you are doing with China Ross, you are doing it on your own. Don't go and say I did business with Ross because I saw him with Very Dark Man. No. It is really important that you should know this. The fact that you see me with him does not guarantee that he's a honest businessman, because I'm not going to lie to you, me myself, I don't trust him. Do you understand? Yesterday, my sister sent me a chat of a woman that's complaining that she did business.
So you heard him for yourself. Before now, Very Dark Man has said, okay, but he said that when he was still, listening to him, watching their moves and things he was doing, and now that his sister has told him something about the man, he's come to say that the man is not 100%. And any business any Nigerian does with him or African does with him, being that he saw him with China Ross, means he's not 100% perfect and right, that he does other fake stuff. So now China Ross, being Ross Boss, that's his name, has come out to defend himself and to answer to what Very Dark Man said. Let's watch.
Video again. He said most of the things about Ross, but Ross never posted or bad word against him because he's too young, 30 years old, right? He's too young. So about the whole thing, it's very simple. I invite VDM come to visit China. I pay all the expenses. I paid $15,000 for that money, small change for his laptop and the phones. I pay, and for his clothes I pay. And the flight ticket I pay, and the hotels, everything I pay. I keep my word. I already paid, right? So, but it look like VDM don't like it. So, brother VDM, if you don't like it, throw it away. For your clothes, for your glasses, that glasses is $200, one pair, $200. Okay, and your shoes, more than $300. More than that, you can throw it away. And I don't want to see that in your video. Okay. And somebody say, "Hey Ross, you scam Nigeria sisters." And the VDM gave everybody the screenshot. There is so many Ross boss page, and VDM tell you guys, "Oh, Ross have 15 accounts." I saw his.
This particular video is a very long one. It's over 10 minutes, and Ross Boss has come out to explain and respond to Very Dark Man that he's not a scammer, that nobody is 100% right and perfect, that he knows that all the Facebook accounts that he mentioned, that he didn't hide it, that Very Dark Man knows that he owns those Facebook accounts and he has never used it to scam anybody. And if Very Dark Man had issues with him, being that he was the one that paid all expenses for him to travel to China, his food, the hotel, the clothes, the shoes, everything. You heard him mention it, that he was supposed to, come to him to talk and not to come to Facebook and spoil his name, listening and believing only his sister. Let's see people's reaction on social media. Gratitude says VDM is slowly losing his credibility because he himself said he trusted this guy and came back for more business deals. He also said we can reach out to him. Now problem solved, you won't change mouth. So who are the legit people? You went to China twice for Nigerians to transact with. All right. Let's take one more comment. Okay, we're taking Sam's comment as the last on this particular trend. Sam says, true, Chinese are very smart. They don't care about you. For real. They only care about themselves. Best way to trade with them is to go there yourself and pack those goods yourself. Ship them yourself too. Don't handle anything to them you can't account for. Okay, that's coming from Sam, and the comments were a whole lot. Dark Man, who are you actually? Today you're here, tomorrow you're here. You're two-mouthed. You talk about this and you talk. If you have problems with somebody, instead of you to, actually call the person to talk about it, you're already, making a whole fuss out of it, going on social media to talk about it. That if he did something wrong to him, being that he was the one that invited him to China, he would have talked about it with Ross and not to come to social media to, talk about it. And people are now seeing the man as a bad person. And I put it to you, if you have problems with someone is hurting you or said something wrong or bad to you, there's no need to broadcast it when you have not actually met with the person to have a one-on-one conversation. Yes, that's how to resolve conflict. Communicate, talk about it, don't escalate it. Okay, talking about Edo State, let's talk about this as the last trend. Edo State is trending as the governor's convoy is stuck and stranded along Benin-Lagos flooded road, and people made a video, and some are saying this is not, the convoy of the present governor, being Monday Okpobolo, and others are saying it's the former video, that during Godwin Obaseki's reign and not this present government. But the video is trending right now, and people are saying, okay, you refuse to repair the road, now your convoy is stuck. Repair the road, you will repair. Both the rich and the poor will also suffer on the same road. Let's see the video before we call it a wrap.
You don't rent, yeah, now cover the so you don't rent for everybody. Everybody go collect o. See na he dey here so governor. Yeah, na governor na he dey water so. He don stop. Na him mouth be this. Governor of Edo State. He don red. See their convoy. I know they go where na they go. See am. Na Edo State be this o. Edo State for ROCC. Na him for red so. Since we tell them say no, they come dey do and they no gree do. They come dey load blood dey put. They dey say na we dey do. So I say everybody don correct now. They say that they do us. They say that they do us so they no know say who throw stuff for market and mama dey need to. No na say governor dey this month to show. See am. He dey inside there, he hide, he dey shame. He no fit come outside.
Despite the controversy online about this particular video, it's portraying that yet that particular road in Edo State is still the way it is right now. And you know, that's a major expressway, Benin Lagos expressway, and it is still like that the government has not repaired it, whether the former government or the present government of Edo State. And Edo people are calling out on the government to help them repair that road so people's lives are not lost. We're going to take one comment, and when we return, we wrap up for today. Architect Uche Rocha says, I wasn't surprised. The moment I saw him in the gutter, I knew something was wrong with the leaders in Edo State. All right, Edo State, please look into it, because it's not all the time that you'll be flying in the air, you know, taking flight. Sometimes you go on the road too, you fly using your vehicles. So it's good that, you know, when governments attain a particular position or seat, you work, because that thing you will do, others will benefit, and your family members too will benefit. Else, the rich and the poor will suffer for it. Thank you so much. I'm super elated that you did this with me. I will love to see you tomorrow, because I know you'll do this with me again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I remain your host on #trending, Ofonono Joseph. Stay out of trouble.